Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Oscar Outdoors. Join me in this one as we do hammock tips, part 2. So in this upcoming video I'm going to be talking to you about 5 tips for hammock camping. These tips I have not created, these are tips that I've found on YouTube and from fellow YouTubers and other bushcrafters and stuff when I've been going to meetings and stuff. So I'm not claiming credit for any of these, this is just a passing on the knowledge type thing. So yeah, stick with me and I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, so part 2, tip number 1 is to create a sleeping pad. Now, this isn't my own, this is one of my kids that I've created, but you've seen mine probably in many of my other videos if you are a regular subscriber and follower. But yeah, inside here we have a sleep pad. So in this case a 3/4 midi mat for hammocking. In here we have some pegs and guy lines for obviously the tarp. In there we have a pillow, and we have the hammock straps and the lantern, and then just some secondary hammock straps that we may need. So yeah, everything that you'll need to get a good night's sleep really. So a sleeping pad, pillow, straps for your hammock, guy ropes and pegs, and some spare straps as well as the lantern. Okay, so tip number 2 is to have like a little accessories pouch with you. So in the episode 1 I introduced you to a few of the items in here. So the pound shop bobbles for tarps, the little hooks to hook onto the prusik loops and things like that. So in here I've got all the spares of them should any of the ones that I use fail. So yeah, as I said, some pound shop bobbles utilised in a little S-beaner. Okay, then we have a spare hammock strap and some more S-beaners in there. Some more pound shop bobbles, because you can never have enough. Then we have these, which are like loop aliens, so they're for sort of tightening guy ropes and tightening ridge lines, things like that. Then I have just about 2 meters of the 2mm climbing rope that I used to make the prusik loops for the ridge line. And then in this one I have the little hook clips, and then these ones are like decking anchors. If you're not on obviously like soft ground or in woodland or anything, and you do find yourself in a hammock above decking, you've got some of these. They're like little anchors that slide between the decking boards and act as an anchor point. And there's also some arrow nooks in there. Now arrow nooks I'll show you later on in the video, because it is another tip later on. But yeah, tip number 2, keep all of a little accessory pouch with all the little gubbins and bits and bobs that you need. Okay, so tip number 3 refers to people sleeping in a hammock with a bug net, and obviously these sort of suspension for the bug net at the top there. Now this is a Snugpak jungle hammock, and this doesn't come with spreader bars and things like that. So little tip is to carry some arrow nooks with you. Okay, and then these are in essence going to go onto the end of a bit of ground fall twig onto there and then spread into there. So I'll knock them up for you now. Okay, so all I'm doing now is I'm just trimming down this twig that I found on the floor, just so that the end point can take an arrow nook. Okay, so I just want to get that as sort of thin as possible there, so that the arrow nook just slides over. So when I've done that, I'll bring you back. Okay, so when you finish, you should have something that looks similar to this. So just a twig sort of trimmed down, shaved down, and then an arrow nook added to the end, and same on the other side. Let's put it on. Okay, there you are. Spreader bar from a twig and some arrow nooks. Okay, so tip number 4 is for when you're sat in the hammock. As you can see, I look like I'm about to get married. I've got a lovely veil over. But here is my next tip. So I've just got a little clip here. I'm just going to come over and attach to the sort of bungee cord ridge line, and then that gives me a bit of an opening to be able to sit in my mosquito net hammock and have a chat, and you can see my face clearly. I'll bring you in and show you that closer. Okay, so all this is that length of utility cord, and then attached to one of the little clips that we used on the proscic loops, and it's just fed through there and attaches direct to there, and as I say, it just gives you a little bit of clearance so you can just sit in your hammock and have a chat. Okay, and finally tip number 5 for this installment is a camping lantern and carabiner. So yeah, this is my camping lantern, and then on the inside of the hammock, I'll just lay down for you. We have the opposite one to the one that I've just used for this, and just simply hook a carabiner through there, and you've got yourself a nice little nightlight. Yeah, so there you have it in a little bit closer detail. So a carabiner just passing through this loop of extra material, and then you just hanging a lantern from there. Simple but effective. So yeah, this has been my second installment of 5 hammock tips. So yeah, first of all, you had the sleeping pad or sleeping bag with a sleep pad, pillow, hammock straps, guy ropes and pegs all in one place, and my lantern was in there as well. Second up, you had the accessories pouch, so obviously the little clips, the spinners, pound shop bobbles, all that kind of thing, all in one place again, so that if any of the things that you use fail, you've got more on hand with you to replace all them. Tip number 3 was creating the spreader bars out of arrow nooks and just some deadfall. Tip number 4 was utilising a little clip and paracord just to hook this up so that you don't look like you're getting married all the time and got a veil over while you try to chat to your friends and stuff when you're on camp. Yeah, it just gives you a bit of an opening so you can look out and see clearly. And tip number 5, simple again, just hang a lantern on the inside of your hammock. It stops you looking for a torch all the time, and you know you always know where it is. Simple. So yeah, there's my 5 tips. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment in the description box below, let me know what you think about these tips, and if you've got any more, let me know about them. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.